Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, where news meets nuance. We take your sources, could be articles, research notes, and while we dig into them to pull out what really matters.
Exactly.
Today, we're looking at the sudden removal of Police General Nicolas Torre III. We've got several reports here, and we're going to try and understand not just, the what, but the why. Why this matters for the Marcos administration.
It's a really fascinating situation.
Okay, so let's unpack this. August 25th, 2025, Police General Nicolas Torre III is out as chief of the Philippine National Police.
Yep, gone.
And this makes him the shortest serving chief ever, just 85 days.
85 days. It's quite remarkable, really.
And what makes it really interesting, almost confusing, is President Marcos himself, just weeks before, in the State of the Nation address, he'd called Torre the nation's new champion, publicly praised him.
Right, that's the context that makes this so abrupt. So the official line, it came via DILG Secretary John Vic Ramula.
Okay.
And the reason given was that Torre defied the National Police Commission, this Napolicom, apparently, by unilaterally reshuffling 13 senior PNP officials. And the big one was demoting his own second-in-command, Lieutenant General Jose Valencia Nartates Jr.
13 officials, wow, yeah.
So exceeding authority, that was the official charge, but when you look at the sources we've got, this doesn't seem like it was just about, institutional rules or procedures. You connect it to the broader context, it looks much more like, a strategic political move rooted in some pretty complex power struggles going on inside the administration.
A strategic political decision, despite the president's own words just weeks earlier. So, okay, how does a figure like General Torre end up like this? I mean, this is the guy who broke the mold, right? A PNPA grad heading the PNP, breaking that decades-long PMA dominance.
Exactly.
Known as a bulldog enforcer, high-profile actions like the arrest of former President Duterte on that ICC warrant.
A huge move. Very controversial, very high impact.
And his 5-minute rule for police response times, something widely talked about, designed to really speed things up. So how does that guy become, expendable?
That's the core question, isn't it? And it's what the sources seem to point towards.
Yeah.
Sacking someone that popular, that effective, especially when President Marcos' own approval ratings have been dipping since early 2025, really highlights these deep internal political fights, these widening cracks people talk about within the administration. It almost suggests his effectiveness, maybe his independence, ironically made him a liability in their internal power games.
So less about the rule book, more about the political chessboard inside Malacanang.
Precisely.
And here's another layer. This demoted General Nartates. The sources describe him as having close ties to Senator Amy Marcos, the president's sister.
Yes, that connection is mentioned.
How does that detail change things? Does it take it from just an internal PNP issue to something bigger, like a family power struggle?
Well, for you listening, that's where it gets really significant. It strongly suggests a clash over loyalty, over influence, right at the very top. When someone reportedly linked to the president's sister is involved in a demotion that triggers the chief's removal, it points toward a serious internal realignment. Maybe the president consolidating his own power base, or maybe trying to manage factions, even within his own circle. And Torre seems just got caught in the middle.
Caught in the crossfire. And now they have to manage the fallout. It's described as an unprecedented institutional crisis.
It really is now.
Because Torre usually keeps his 4-star rank until he retires in 2027.
Yeah, he's still a 4-star general, just without the top job.
Which means his successor, Nartates, can't immediately hold that same rank. Creates a kind of leadership limbo at the very top of the PNP.
A very awkward situation.
So to handle this, the administration has apparently offered Torre a new role, a high-profile anti-corruption job. There's talk it might lead investigations into an anomalous flood control project.
That's the reported offer.
So for you, the listener, what does this offer really mean?
That's the final question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it genuine? A real nod to his capabilities?
Yeah.
Using that bulldog reputation against corruption? Or Connecting back to the politics, is it a smart move to sideline him, keep him busy, keep him close, but out of the direct police command structure, neutralize him as a potential opponent?
Could it even be a trap, putting him in a position where he's vulnerable to more political maneuvering?
It's possible. Look, his next move, whether he takes this role, how he handles it, that's going to tell us a lot more about the real priorities of the Marcos administration.
Yeah.
Beyond just the headlines and the public statements, what happens next will be very revealing.